Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my showcase series. This time it is episode 59, and today I will be showcasing the random DC Comics minor keys in my personal collection, part 2. Got a ton of books here guys to get through. I hope you enjoy the show. Let's get into them. Now last time out I left you at the start of the B's. Yeah, I'm going through the boxes alphabetically, so we're going to go from B to D. And we're going to start with Birds of Prey. And this is issue 56. This book is very hot at the moment because this is the first appearance of Savant. And Savant is Brian Durlin. And Michael Rooker, who played Yondu, is going to be playing Savant in the Suicide Squad movie, as we all know. It's also the first appearance of Creote, who is Alexander Creote. Paid £10 for this one. And I don't normally like to pay this kind of price for a book like this, but if they're coming into live action, and I think the Suicide Squad film could be one of the very best from DC, I don't mind paying it. I picked this up in the 11th of December 2020. Another Birds of Prey book, guys. I don't know how many of you know about this one. This is the first appearance of a character who has been a mainstay of the CW Arrowverse, and that is the White Canary. This is Birds of Prey, issue 1 from the Brightest Day volume. And yeah, the first appearance of White Canary, who is basically the sister of the Black Canary in the Arrowverse and the leader of the Legends of Tomorrow. I think this was a 6-issue miniseries. I paid £1.10 for this. Up next is a character a lot of you probably don't know about, but it was in my encyclopedia. And I'm not sure whether I think he appeared in the Justice League Unlimited animated show as a background character. This is from 1992. This is Black Condor, issue number 1. Yeah, and this is, like I said, the first appearance of the Black Condor. It was Ryan Kendall. Up next is a book that is going to heat up and is getting a little bit of heat at the moment because we're getting a new CW show, and that is a spin-off of the Black Lightning universe, and that is going to be called Painkiller. This is Black Lightning issue 2, and this is from 1992, I believe. Black Lightning issue number 1, the first appearance of Painkiller. He was like a villain that acted alongside Tobias Whale in the Black Lightning show. Bit of an anti-hero now. Sticking with the B's, of course. We're going with Blackest Night, issue 7. And this is the first full appearance of the Life Entity. This book was about 50 quid plus at one point. It's also the first appearance of the White Lantern ring worn by Sinestro, and the first appearance of the White Lantern Corpse. I reckon this book could get some heat again. But of course, we're getting the Green Lantern HBO Max show. Wouldn't be surprised to see the White Lanterns in that. £2.92, or sorry, £2.82 from the Comic Guru in Cardiff. Check out my latest haul video for a bit more on Comic Guru. Up next is here's a Bronze Age book that didn't make the big Bronze Age keys, but it is a key, so I'm including it in this showcase. We are supposed to be getting a Black Hawks DC movie, and it's still in development apparently, from Steven Spielberg, you know, the vintage army team, the Black Hawks. And obviously the first appearance of the Black Hawks is a Golden Age book and very, very expensive, but I picked this one up. This is the Black Hawk issue 244, and this is the first appearance of the new Black Hawk team, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these characters in the movie if it ever comes to fruition. Paid £4.40 for this on eBay in 2018. Here's a character that's in my encyclopedia. I'm a fan of the Blue Devil. I enjoyed his character portrayal in the Swamp Thing TV show. This is Swamp Thing issue 14. I do have Swamp Thing's first appearance. We might see that a bit later. But this is the first appearance of Kid Devil. This character on here, who is Edward Gopher Allen Bloomberg. Is a Detective Comics issue 38 homage. And what's nice about this, I picked this one up in Comic Guru as well. This, guys, is a mark jeweler's insert inside. And they're a little bit scarcer and bring a little bit more coin. Up next, we've got of course, we're getting Static from the milestone imprint of DC, and some of the other properties are heating up. This is Blood Syndicate, issue number 1, and the first team appearance of the Blood Syndicate. This is the collector's edition, polybagged, £2.75 for that. There's a bit of heat about Blood Syndicate at the moment, along with Hardware and Icon. I've also got the new stand edition, which I picked up for £1 in the Gloucester car boot. We are getting a Justice League Dark show from J.J. Abrams' boil accounts and the movie down the line. And I've got a feeling we might see this character. This is the Books of Magic. The Books of Magic, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Timothy Hunter. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Timothy Hunter, a boy destined to be the world's greatest magician. Picked this up in Worcester, one of my favourite shops, for £5. Been looking for this book for ages. I could only ever find volume 2, but that is the first Timothy Hunter. Up next is a pickup I grabbed. I think it might have been from the legendary car boot Tony at the car boot. This is Captain Atom, issue 42. And this, guys, is the first appearance of Death of the Endless in the DC Universe outside of Vertigo. A cameo appearance of the Death entity known as the Black Racer from Kirby's Fourth World. And Dream makes his first appearance in DC Universe and third overall appearance in Swamp Thing issue 83. Good book for £1. That was easily a £30 book at one point. Have to include this. For me, it'll always be a key in my collection. It's a blank cover. And I get my daughter, who is at the university in Cardiff. She did this for me way back in 2018 when she was just a youngster. But this is Catwoman, issue number 1. And there's a pretty nice cover there from my daughter. You can follow her on Instagram, The Cryptic Wolf. Signed that for me in the middle of 2018 as well. Okay, up next we've got a book that is really hot at the moment. I've seen a little bit of Superman and Lois. Don't mind what I've seen so far. Not too bad a show. And of course, Jonathan Kent is in that show. And he is a big figure going forward in DC Comics. I think he is going to become basically the new Superman for a little while. This is Convergence Superman, issue number 2. And this book is going for crazy money at the moment. First appearance of Jonathan Kent, the infant son of Superman and Lois Lane, later becomes Superboy. I did a Superman showcase a long time ago, but I don't recall putting this book in it. This is also the preview appearance of Doomed, the comic book series. I paid just £3.13, believe it or not, and that was in the middle of last year on eBay. Jumped on board just in time. Up next is another recent pickup from the Comic Guru. This is Countdown, issue 31. And this book has been very hot as well. This has a 2-page story that recognises 3 separate Joker origins. The Joker as a failed comedian from Alan Moore's Killing Joke. Jack Napier from Batman 1989 movie and Elseworlds. And the Red Hood from Detective Comics issue 168. £2 for that. So deals can be had there. Another book I picked up there. This one I picked up. Yeah, same place. This word in Cardiff. This is Countdown, issue 1. It's a one-shot, The Search for Ray Palmer. And I don't know how many of you know about this one, guys, but this is the cameo appearance of Plastic Woman. Now, for a long time, we thought we were getting a Plastic Man movie. No, by all accounts, we're getting a gender swap and we are getting Plastic Woman. Now, this is also the first appearance of the Earth 2 Justice League team, female versions of the Justice League of America's main heroes. Up next, we're into sticking with the C's in the alphabet, and this is a book that has been optioned recently. I've got a couple of copies of this one. This is Cover, issue number 1. Basically, Michael Brian Bendis writes a limited series inspired by a true story in which the intelligence community recruits a well-known comic book artist as a spy. There are just 27,354 copies of this issue. This is the variant cover from Zoo or Zoo. I actually ordered the regular cover, but I guess the eBay seller realised how much it was going for and cancelled because I got a good price on that. But for that one I paid $3.95. Let's get into some Crisis on Infinite Earths books. Of course, we recently saw Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW Arrowverse crossover. Pretty good it was too. This is issue 1, and this is the first appearance of Ted Kord, aka the Blue Beetle, in DC Comics. Of course, he first appears in Charlton Comics, and that book is high on my radar. I'm going to be getting that, I reckon, fairly soon. It's also the first full appearance of the Monitor. Got the first appearance of Alex Luthor, Alexander Luthor, Corus, and the Pariah. The Pariah was a main character in the Crisis TV show. That's issue 1. What did I pay for that? $4.95. Issue 2 is the first cameo appearance of the Anti-Monitor, a character who appeared in the show, the Arrowverse. $2.65 for that. Issue 3, and this is the second cameo of the Anti-Monitor. What did I pay for that one? £1. Apologies for the lighting, guys. My LED light has crashed and burnt, so I'm just struggling on with what I've got at the moment, which ain't a lot. Up next, we've got issue 4. And this is a nice one because it's the second appearance of John Constantine, believe it or not. I'm after his first appearance again. I want that by the end of the year. That's a big book for me on my radar. So it's the first appearance of Lady Quark, the 4th Dr. Light as well. And the first appearance of Princess Fern. We skip from 4 to 10. And this is the death of the 5th Starman, who was Prince Gavin. £2.49 for that. Issue 12 is the first appearance of Impala in mainstream comics. And then we move from Crisis to some Dark Knights death metal books. And we've got issue 1 from the recent volume. I picked this up because this is the first appearance of Yara Flor, the Brazilian Wonder Woman, and she was supposedly going to be getting her own show in the CW, but I think it's fallen through. I paid £7.94 for this. This book was going for 20 plus at one point. It's also the first cameo appearance of Tim Fox as Batman. Of course, Yara Flor was and the next Batman appear in full in their own Future State books, released during the same week, but chronologically this issue is first. This is the Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glampion foil embossed cover. This was a nice AOK from one of my UK subscribers, the UK Comic Collector. Good friend of mine on Instagram. Dark Knights, this is Dark Knights Death Metal Legend of the Dark Knights, issue 1, the first full appearance and origin of the Robin King, who was Bruce Wayne. And it's the first full appearance of the Darkest Night. To go with that, the origin of B-Rex, a dinosaur Batman. What is that all about? But a good book for free. Up next, this was another free one because I won this I keep showing off books that I won in that Joker 68 competition. If you haven't seen that, guys, check back through Dazzie's extras and you'll see that the books I managed to win was brilliant. This is Dark Knights Death Metal issue 1. And this is the premiere issue of the series that explores the dark multiverse of the DC universe. It's the first appearance of the Robins team. And what's nice about this one, guys, it is signed. Yeah, signed by Scott Snyder, the writer. Happy days with that. Up next, Dark Knights Metal number 2. This book can go for some coin on a good day. This is the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, Bruce Wayne. Of course, I think his cameo was in Teen Titans book, which I own. Let's get into the second big pile. I made a Detective Comics showcase a little while ago, but I forgot to include this book, and I think it deserves to be showcased because this is a book that can go for 30 plus. This is Detective Comics issue 27. The first appearance of Batman. Yeah. This is the Millennium Edition reprint. But it's nice to have the first story of Batman. And obviously the first appearance of Commissioner Gordon too. Paid just £3 for this. And like I say, this is a 30 quid book on a good day. Very high grade. Picked this up in one of the other antique centres here in Gloucester. Have to include a couple of freebies now because one's an incentive. This is DC Nation issue 0. And the reason I include this is the first appearance of Miss Robinson Good, who later is revealed to be the Red Cloud villain. It's also the first appearance of the Omega Titans team, who is Entropy, Mystery, Wisdom and Wonder. So that is the regular. And to go with that, I paid £2 for the 1 in 100. So I thought that was a nice little pickup. I've had 2 or 3 of these actually. I like a bit of DC Comics Presents. I like the wacky team-ups that they put together. And when it includes my favourite team, the Doom Patrol, I have to include it. This is DC Comics Presents, issue 52. And this is Superman and the Doom Patrol teaming up. But why I got this book in my collection, this is the first appearance of a character appeared in the Batman Brave and the Bold animated show, I believe. And that is the Ambush Bug. It was Erwin Schwab, a bizarre character. Paid £5 for that. This is the only copy of this I've ever seen in the wild. Picked this up at the WorcesterCon, and that was back into 2019. I'll just show some free books. Let's get another freebie up there. We know this one, guys. The local comic shop day promotional giveaway wraparound cover. Why show that, Dazzie? Because it ain't worth a lot. Well, I picked this one up for free in Planet All Stars Gloucester, and to go with that, I found, yes, unlimited, 1 per store, black border, for free as well. And this book can go for 60 or 70, I've seen it go for on eBay. The 32-page promotional release with details about the 2-month-long event, which is the Future State. Delighted to get that 1 per store. I said to my mate as well in the shop, I said, I reckon this could be a 1 per store, are you sure? He said, just have it, I don't think there's any significance. All right, I'll take it. Thanks, Aaron. Okay, up next is a book that is a little bit undervalued, I think, because this is a character that's appeared both in the Justice League movie and the Snyder Cut and the Arrowverse Crisis crossover. He is a character that Zack Snyder said he was going to get his own movie at one point. This is DC Presents Brave New World, issue number 1. I think it's a one-shot actually, and this is the first appearance of the the 4th Atom, who was Ryan Choi. Yeah, Ryan Choi was a bit of a player in the Justice League movie, as he was going to branch off into his own movie. He was helping Victor Stone, wasn't he? Okay, here's a recent Bronze Age pickup. I don't think I showed this in my Bronze Age keys. This is DC Special, issue 4. Sorry about that lighting. DC Special issue 4, and the reason I have this one we're getting a Sandman show very, very soon, which I'm excited for. And I've been stockpiling the keys that I think are going to appear. And this is the first appearance of Abel, brother of Cain, and the House of Secrets caretaker. And this is a character that has been confirmed for the show. Mine's probably a 3.5 to a 4.0, but I only paid £3 and 3 pence for that. I thought that was a bit of a steal. Nice Bronze Age key. Okay, like I say, I don't really do runs on comics, but this is a limited, I guess mini-series of 4 issues, and I love a good crossover. And I don't think, when I first got into the community, I made a video about what I would love to see a film of. If I could have any comic book movie, it would be DC versus Marvel. I know it'll never happen, but I would love to see it. I got the comics though. This is DC versus Marvel Comics issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Axis, who is Axel Asher. It's a great issue, this. Basically, you see people like Wolverine fighting Lobo. And the followers of the comics could actually vote what kind of battle they would like to see. It was brilliant. Now, this is signed, right in the middle there, by the writer Ron Mars. Ron Mars. So that's issue 1. Issue 2. Issue 3. which, as you can see, I got signed again. And just to prove, I've actually got a book signed by Ron Mars up on my eBay page at the moment. And if anybody's doubting that I met Ron Mars, there it is. I've actually got Ion #1 up listed. So as the proof I had met him. Issue 4 completes that little series. Next, a book you may not know about. It's a recent book. It comes from Gerard Way, and that is The Young Animal Imprints. And this is an Ashcan. That's why I'm including it. Pretty scarce. This is the first appearance of Mother Panic, who is Violet Page, and the first appearance of Shade the Changing Girl, who was Loma Shade, and the first appearance of the Space Case, Casey Brink. Is DC's Young Animal Ashcan. Got that for free in the Proud Lion in Cheltenham. Up next is a book I think is a little bit undervalued as well. Gen 13 seems to have quite a bit of a following. This is Deathmate Black, issue #1. And this is the first appearance of Gen 13's team, or the first full appearance, I should say. It is the first appearance of Caitlin Fairchild, the second appearance of Burnout, Freefall, and Grunge. And they were from Wildstorm, weren't they? I picked this up for £1 in the Leamington Con, and that was in 2018. I've actually got one up again on my eBay page, another shameless plug. Another book next that I think is very undervalued. I really enjoyed the character in season 2 of the Titans live action show. Of course, she's appeared in the Teen Titans Go. This is Deathstroke the Terminator, issue 15. And this is the first appearance of Ravager, Rose Wilson. It's also the first appearance of Sweet Lily, who is Lily Worth. £4 for that in the Western Con. I've got to include this free book because I think it's got it might have a bit of a longevity, if you know what I mean. Because we're getting those New Gods at some point. Now I know the New Gods film for the DC universe has fallen through, but we will see Darkseid again, or Darkseid. I'm certain of that. This is Divergence, the free comic book day, and the reason I include this is the first appearance of his son Grail. £1 for that. A book now that has been optioned, and yeah, I'm quite excited for it. We've got Rosario Dawson again. Ahsoka Tano's going to be leading it. This is DMZ, issue #1. Yeah, this is a story about an American Civil War set in the future. And there are just 18,705 copies of this. I paid £11.74 for this, which I think was a good price on eBay. I see this book regularly going for over 20 now. We've just had Dr. Fate announced to be in the Black Adam movie, played by Pierce Brosnan. Before that announcement, there was going to be a Dr. Fate movie, and this character was rumoured to be in the movie. Whether that happens, or we get this incarnation at some point. This is Dr. Fate issue 1. And this comes from 2015. This is the first appearance of the Dr. Fate, who is Khalid Nassour. He was the one that was rumoured for the Dr. Fate movie. Picked this up for £1.50 in an Oxfam shop in Cheltenham. This is the Sonny Lou regular cover. Include this character. He was in my encyclopedia. He's a character that appeared in the Legends of Tomorrow TV show. This is Dr. Midnight, issue 1. This is like a prestige format book. This is pretty hard to find. I've never found this in the wild. I picked this up on eBay. I got this from my mum, so it was a freebie. And this is the first appearance of Dr. Midnight, who was Peter Cross. And that is a character, like I said, who appeared in Legends of Tomorrow. And the final book I'm going to show you is a recent book. I enjoyed this issue when I read it, but then they came out so far apart I lost interest. This is the Doomsday Clock, issue #1. This is the lenticular cover where his face moves. Well, there it is, I'm kind of doing it. This is the issue where DC Comics presents to you a 12-issue maxi series from the critically acclaimed team of writer Jeff Johns, artist Gary Frank, and colorist Brad Anderson, which of course culminated with Dr. Manhattan fighting Superman. That's it, guys. I paid $5.50 for that in Cirencester. That's a wrap. All done in around about 25 minutes. Sorry about the lighting. It wasn't great, but there's some keys there. Some you will know about, some you may not. Hope you can find some. Bye for now. Subscribe.